Okay, so my name's Hayley Wilson from AHA again, if you don't know me already, and we've got Annette Tenbrook from Tokyo College on this webinar as well. So Annette's going to be taking over the show to take us through some more training today. So I'll hand her over to you, Annette.
Oh, good morning and welcome. What we're going to focus on today is how you as a participant in courses with BERTA can check your own progress. Check whether your assessments are uploaded correctly and check whether your assessors have been in there and marked your assessments. So in the last tutorial we looked at uploading some files and doing some quizzes. So I'm just going to revisit that and have a look at how you can see whether you've actually submitted all of that. So I need to get into student view, which I'll just do, and that'll allow us to look at the test student we set up the other day. So here we are in student view. Yep. And if you go to, on your left-hand menu, if you go to marks, it lists for you all of the assessments that are part of this course, in this case, BERTA overview.
Yep.
You can see the enrolment form's been ticked, which means your assessor has looked at it. It means that I've downloaded and saved it. You can see that the entry requirement certificates, there is a page here. That means that they've been uploaded, but they haven't been ticked off yet. You can see for the plagiarism quiz that it has retained a mark of 5.87. And the resume, you can see there's nothing here, so that means the resume has not been uploaded yet. So you still need to do that. If you actually click onto the plagiarism quiz, not that way, hang on. If we go back, need to go back to assignments, and go to the plagiarism quiz. It shows you here that there's actually been 2 attempts. So attempt 1, the mark was 5.87. Attempt 2, it got worse. It was only 5. So for a lot of BERTA assessments, you only have 2 or at most 3 attempts. And so if you want to have a look and see whether you've already used up your attempts, you can go in there and you can also see which mark it has saved for you. So that's for all quizzes. You can go back into the quiz and have a look at your attempts and at what score you achieved. Okay, so that's that. Yep. I need to swap to a different course now. So I'm going to get out of that one and I'm going to go to RISPA. And in RISPA, in the assessment task, there was a spot, access in.
Because you're in student view, aren't you?
Okay, here we are.
Yep.
So I need to actually get the student up. So let me get the student up. So I'm going into test student to have a look, and the RISPA online assessment. And if you scroll down through your assessment, you can see I've been filling in here as an example. So that's gobbledygook there, but you know, that would be your answer. So you type your answer in. As we discussed in the other tutorial, make sure you keep it on your Word document and then block copy it in here. And for this one, question 3, it's a file upload. So you can go back into your assessment and you can check and make sure that the file that you wanted to upload is actually uploaded. And that's where the naming of the files is really important. So if you name the file correctly, you'll know that you've uploaded the right one to the right question.
Yeah.
So what I want to show you now is how you can check whether your assessor has marked your assignments and what marks you've got and whether you have sufficient. So I've just gone into the course called BERTA, and I've got test student up here, and they haven't completed their final assessment yet, so there's no score there for their final assessment.
Yep.
But they have completed BERTA, and they got 56 out of 60. So what we want to do is have a look at the original BERTA assessment and see what they needed to achieve. So I'm clicking onto BERTA, and I've got the assessment open. And so you see here the required marks, 50 out of 60.
Yep.
So for BERTA, they have in fact achieved the minimum mark. For WISPER, they've only got 17. So let's have a look at WISPER. And for the assessment for WISPER, they need to get 27 out of 30 as the minimum mark.
Mm.
So that means that this student has, at 17, has not achieved the minimum required mark. So they need to go back into the WISPER assessment and attempt the assessment again.
Mm.
And so you'll see here they've got 3 attempts. And so this student can go back in and reattempt the assessment, and they'll get a new mark. And it'll keep the highest score. So if they get 27 next time, then it'll retrain the score of 27.
Cool.
Okay, so that's how you can go in and check your own program yourself and check and just be patient with your trainers and assessors, because they might have been called to a response and they might not have marked your assessment yet. And so if you can still see those pages there where you've uploaded stuff, it means that your assessment's there, but they just haven't got around to marking it yet. And the other thing I just wanted to show you is sometimes people worry about whether or not their trainer knows that their assessment's in. And I'm just going to my email for a minute and to my inbox. And if you see here, test student has submitted an entry requirement. Test student has submitted an enrolment form. So on the email, your assessor or trainer will get a message every time an assessment for their group has been uploaded. So then they know that your assessments are coming in. So you don't have to worry about that. The other thing that will happen is when I'm checking the final results for the year, then for your group, I'll be checking to make sure that all of the assessments have been marked off. And if they're not, or you haven't submitted something, then I can send you a message. Okay, so that way it helps us keep track of where you're up to, and you'll get reminders if you've got things still to do.
Yep.
Okay.
Right.
So hopefully that'll help you check your progress and know where you're up to. Okay.
Excellent. Thanks, Annette. Appreciate that.
Until next time.
Until next time.
Okay. Very good.